Step right into the heart of an empire that shaped the world.
Oh, but be warned, it's
Not the sanitized version you see in movies. We were about to peel back the marble veneer of the Roman Empire to reveal a world of incredible glory and shocking decay, a place both magnificent and merciless. This is the Rome built on slaves, fueled by ambition, and forged through endless conquest. Forget what you think you know, because we're diving into the hidden world of ancient Rome. Let's start with a reality check. Think you could survive in the Eternal City? Let me tell you, you probably wouldn't last a single day. Imagine this. You wake up, not to an alarm, but to the deafening roar of 1,000,000 people packed into a city designed for far fewer. The air is thick with the smell of sweat, smoke from countless cooking fires, and something much, much worse from the overflowing sewers. Or you're crammed into a rickety wooden apartment building, or an asterisk insula asterisk that's 5 stories high and could collapse or catch fire at any moment. Fires were so common they were practically a daily event. You'd navigate streets so crowded you're constantly being jostled, and the summer heat is suffocating, radiating off the stone buildings. Forget personal space. Forget hygiene as we know it. Public baths were social hubs, sure, but they were also cesspools of bacteria. And if you weren't a citizen with rights, a simple accusation could land you in a world of trouble, facing brutal punishment without a fair trial. The grandeur of the Forum and the Colosseum was just one side of the coin. The other was a daily struggle for survival against disease, disaster, and the sheer chaos of urban life. Now, let's travel south, to the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, where an entire city was frozen in time. I'm talking about Pompeii. Before that fateful day in 79 AD, Pompeii was a bustling, prosperous Roman town. People were going about their daily lives. Bakers were pulling bread from ovens. Merchants were haggling in the marketplace. Families were eating lunch. They had no idea that the mountain looming over them was a deadly volcano about to unleash its fury. When Vesuvius erupted, it wasn't a slow lava flow. It was a pyroclastic surge, a superheated cloud of ash, gas, and rock that raced down the mountain at hundreds of miles per hour, instantly engulfing the city. The people of Pompeii didn't have time to run. They were frozen in their final moments, their bodies encased in volcanic ash that hardened like cement. When archaeologists excavated the city centuries later, they found these voids in the hardened ash. By pouring plaster into them, they created hauntingly detailed casts of the victim's mother shielding her child, a man curled in a final, desperate pose. Pompeii is not just a ruin, it's a time capsule of terror, a permanent, chilling monument to the day the sky fell. It's a stark reminder that even at the height of its power, the Roman world was always at the mercy of nature's unpredictable wrath. From natural disaster, we turn to man-made spectacle. Let's enter the arena, the heart of Roman entertainment, the Colosseum. Can you hear it? The roar of 80,000 spectators, a sound that shakes the very foundations of the city. This wasn't just a sporting event. It was blood sport as public policy. Gladiators, often slaves or prisoners of war, were trained in specialized schools to become killing machines. They weren't just brutes. They were highly skilled athletes, each with a specific fighting style and set of weapons. You had the asterisk Resiarius asterisk with his net and trident, and the heavily armed asterisk Murmillo asterisk with his large shield and sword. They were celebrities, idols, their images graffitied on walls. But their fame was paid for in blood. The games were a brutal, calculated display of life and death, meant to entertain the masses and demonstrate the power of the emperor. It was a world where a man's life could be decided by the whim of the crowd, a thumbs down for mercy, a thumbs down for death. Survival wasn't just about winning the fight, it was about winning the crowd. It was a brutal dance of honor, violence, and the desperate primal roar for survival. But life in Rome wasn't all chaos and carnage. Away from the roar of the arena, in the quiet, opulent villas, another kind of power was being wielded. Let's talk about the life of a Roman matron. On the surface, a respectable upper-class woman lived a life of constraints. She couldn't vote, hold public office, or command an army. Her world was the asterisk domos asterisk, the home. Her official duty was to manage the household, oversee the slaves, and most importantly, produce legitimate heirs to carry on the family name. But to think of these women as powerless is a huge mistake. A Roman matron's power was subtle, but immense. She was the anchor of the family, the upholder of tradition and morality. Through strategic marriages, she could unite powerful families, forging alliances that could shape the political landscape. Behind closed doors, she was a trusted advisor to her husband, her sons, her brothers. Think of women like Livia, wife of the Emperor Augustus. While he ruled the empire, she ruled him. A quiet, formidable force in the shadows, navigating a world of intrigue and conspiracy with a grace and ruthlessness that rivaled any senator. Her power was exercised not with a sword, but with a word, a suggestion, a carefully managed social network. It was power through silence and subtlety. The Romans weren't just masters of conquest and politics. They were brilliant engineers. So brilliant, in fact, that some of their technology was lost for over 1,000 years after the empire fell. Consider Roman concrete. This stuff was incredible. Unlike modern concrete, it was waterproof and actually got stronger over time when exposed to seawater. That SY structures like the Pantheon S-Dome and ancient Roman harbors are still standing after 2 millennia. The secret ingredient? Volcanic ash, which reacted with salt water to form incredibly stable interlocking crystals. Then there was the Antikythera mechanism, an astonishingly complex astronomical calculator recovered from an ancient shipwreck. This device, with its intricate system of bronze gears, could predict eclipses and the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. It was an analog computer, a piece of technology so advanced that nothing comparable was made for another 1,500 years. We can also talk about their advanced surgical tools, their city-spanning aqueducts that used precise gradients to transport water for miles, and even rumors of a flexible, unbreakable glass called asterisk vitrum, flexil asterisk. The fall of Rome wasn't just a political collapse, it was a technological dark age. We're still rediscovering the genius of these lost Roman inventions, marveling at a level of ingenuity that was truly ahead of its time. Finally, no tour of the hidden Roman world would be complete without a seat at the emperor's table. Let's step into the decadent, dangerous world of a Roman feast. These weren't just dinners. They were epic theatrical performances designed to display wealth and power. Imagine reclining on a couch for hours, being served course after course of exotic and outrageous dishes. We're talking roasted peacocks with their feathers reattached, dormice baked in honey, and sows udder stuffed with sea urchins. It was the height of luxury, a sensory overload. But beneath the opulence, there was always a current of danger. Food tasters were essential, as poison was a favorite political tool. A rival could slip something into your wine, or a paranoid emperor might test your loyalty by accidentally serving you a tainted dish. Emperors like Caligula and Nero were famous for their extravagant and often cruel banquets, where the entertainment could be as deadly as the food. These feasts were a theater of appetite, where every dish was a statement, and every sip could be your last. It was the ultimate display of Roman excess, where the line between pleasure and peril was impossibly deliciously thin. The glory of the empire served on a golden platter with a side of paranoia. From the filthy streets to the blood-soaked sand of the Colosseum, from the silent power of the matrons to the forgotten genius of their inventors, the Roman Empire was a world of breathtaking contrasts. It was an empire that gave us law, language, and engineering, but one that was built on a foundation of brutality and excess. Its glory was dazzling, but its decay was just as profound. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the hidden world of ancient Rome. If you enjoyed uncovering these stories, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments which part of Roman life fascinates you the most. Until next time, stay curious.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for
कमरे में घुसता जैसे हाथी, टेबल बैठा तो फिर गांधी, करते मोटा चार शो का, होते दंगे चलती लाठी। हमने हार से सीखा और सीखों से जीत बना दी, सोना था हराम तभी तो किस्मत हो रही चांदी चांदी। आई मीन एक दिन रहता दिल्ली, दूजे दिन मैं बैठा बाली, पंगा चीते से तो समझो रास्ता बिल्ली काटे काली। आई कैन सी थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम, ये रैपर सबके सब हैं जाली। जब जब बैरी मांगे पैर तब तब बैरी मांगे पानी, you know।